So the votes are in and everyone's voted for a Loz lesson about money. Now, I actually had a very deep conversation with someone about money the other day after I told them that I'd manifested $1 million in sales last year. And they said to me, how did you do that? And we sat for over an hour discussing it and discussing our self-concept in money to do with our family. And in this Loz lesson, I'll teach you what you might be doing wrong to manifest money that I was teaching this particular person while we had cocktails. And this is going to be a Loz lesson to really deep dive in your self-concept about money. So guys, before I start that, I just want you to know that there's going to be a very special interview happening in the squad tonight, which is Friday, the 29th, what date is it? The 23rd of February, 9 p.m. EST inside the squad. I'll be interviewing Holly and Hal. Now, Holly had a coaching call with me back in December 2022, and the situation was dire, and I mean dire. She had introduced her SP, who she lived with, to her best friend, or a friend, and then the next minute the friend moved in, and the next minute her and the guy and the friend were like looking like they were together, and Holly was being kicked out of the house. It was a disaster call, right? So you can go into my squad and actually watch that call, because all my coaching calls, my one-to-ones that I used to do, are actually saved inside my subconscious Loz squad, and you can watch them back. So you can go and search Holly Hollis, or Holly Hollis, her name, in my squad, and go and actually watch her coaching call. Now, if you get my Loz letter today, it actually gives you a link to that call, and you can go and watch it. And you can see the progression between December and now, where she's now married her SP. So that SP she had the call about, and we deep dived into what she was thinking that was causing the situation and how to get him loving her again. Not only did she get him loving her again, but they're now married. Okay, so I'm going to have a one-to-one call with not only Holly, but Hal inside the squad. Now, if you miss it and you're not a squad member, the difference between that and me posting it on YouTube is when you come and join us in the squad, you can ask them and me questions about what she did. Step by step what she did, and I'm going to go deep diving into step by step what she did to manifest him back. Okay, so it's a really great interview to come and watch, and I'm going to be doing interviews weekly in the squad. Now, they'll always be posted later on YouTube, but you'll miss asking the questions of the person who had the success. And the following week, we're going to have John, who's one of my biggest success stories, who came back from the brink of fucking disaster after a call with me. He had a call with me, got his specific person back, got engaged, got married, lost her, and was getting a divorce, and now they're back together, and the divorce is no more. Okay, so there's those two calls coming up inside the squad, so don't miss it. Come and join in my link tree. So guys, manifesting money. Now, a lot of people don't understand what their deep subconscious fears are about money and how they're connected to what they experienced as children around their caregivers or parents, or the poverty they experienced, or the lack of money mindedness, like mindset that their parents had. They might have lost a lot of money. They might have been around situations where their parents just worked and worked and worked and never saved and spent a lot, or worked and worked and worked and just felt like they never had anything. They just lived paycheck to paycheck. Or they could have had a money mindset where people had a lot of money and they have a completely different money mindset, like they're frivolous with money, don't know what to do with it, because no one ever taught them what to do with it. They were just always given it, and they don't actually know how to make their own, manifest their own. So whatever your situation is in money comes from not only what you experienced as a child, but also what your self-concept already is. So let me just explain that. You could have parents who constantly encouraged you to do whatever you wanted to do with your life and told you that you could be anything and do anything you wanted, but constantly criticized you and made you feel bad about what you were doing, or made you feel like you weren't good enough in some way. And then it kind of counteracts it. So you could think you could do things, but you never start. Or your parents were so successful, you're afraid you're never going to be as good as them, right? There's certain things that can happen in your mind that are actually stopping you from starting a business, succeeding in your job, in your career, and getting promotions, succeeding in getting money and keeping it. So many things. And you guys need to investigate what the difference is between what you've learned and you. So what you experienced, and then the you are. And there's sometimes two completely different things, because there's the you are, your self-concept, which came from your childhood, but also there's the money experiences that you experience, which also affect you. And what I was talking about with this particular person was that it's both. Now, she was saying to me, how did you make $1 million last year? What did you actually do? And her thinking was kind of from the law of attraction world, of saying, did you just say, I'm going to manifest $1 million and that was it? And I was like, no, that was not it. Okay. And that's a very simplified way of thinking you can manifest money. Like, I'm just going to imagine $1 million and imagine in my bank, imagine. Great, go and do that. But what are all the shitty thoughts in your subconscious mind that are stopping you from thinking that you could even do that? And that's what I had to work on last year. I had to really investigate, well, what are my thoughts about the fact that there might be competition in my reality and there's other people competing with me, and other people are selling courses or coaching, and therefore they might not buy from me. So I had to get rid of that there's competition reality, because there is no competition. The only competition is competition you create in your brain. So if you're a course creator or a coach, or you have a business and you are afraid or scared of people that are in competition with you, you're not getting this. I am not afraid of people in competition with me, because there's a gazillion people who copy my words, like word for word what I say. There's people who have coaching with me and then go and start TikToks coaching what I teach and then block me so I can't see it. Now, I obviously have a story that people do that, but I've had people copy me my whole life. Either try and take over my business or copy me my whole life, right? Or take credit for things I've done. Now, that's my story, and that's why it keeps happening. So can you see how that keeps happening to me? Because I have that story, because it's happened before, so I have a story that's going to happen. So that's why that happens. It doesn't really matter. I couldn't really give a shit, okay? But if I think those people are then in competition with me, or there's other people that have been around longer than me that are in competition with me, then I will be in competition, and therefore will be competition. There is no competition to you in your reality unless you think there is. This applies to everything. This applies to third parties. If your specific person went off and found someone else and you think they're competition to you, they will be, because you think they are. If you decide there's no competition to me, no one compares to me, literally no one will compare to you. So I know no one compares to me in my coaching. I know no one can cookie cutter what I've taught and teach what I teach. I know no one can analyze people like I do quickly over TikToks and over, YouTube lives and in coaching the way I do. I know no one reads people's minds the way I do. I know that, and I'm safe in the knowledge of that, and I've decided that. And therefore, because I know that, I've got a logical thought in my mind that, well, because I'm so unique and because I'm so good at that, people will want to buy from me. I also have a story, and this is a really good story to have in business, that people are loyal to me and want to buy from me. Now, I gave away a lot for 2 years. I literally earned no money, except for the first 3 months I did coaching. And after that, I only earned money in the last year, the second year, from my YouTube, and I wasn't selling anything. Now, I had a story in my mind that when I finally sell my course, I have fiercely loyal followers. And because of that, literally the day that I launched the coaching, I was on live on YouTube and TikTok, and I literally saw PayPal as soon as we launched, like hundreds upon hundreds in the hour buying my self-concept course. Because I knew in my mind that I was so strong in the conviction that I had a loyal following who would buy from me. So that's another thing to have. If you have a business, you want to decide you have a loyal following or loyal customers or customers that love you, you are loved, right? So not only that you are good at what you do, you are loved, admired, looked up to, prioritized, whatever thought you want to have that's going to help you in either your job or your career, right? And then you want to decide that you're going to keep that. So you can think all these things and then not be able to keep it. So I'm talking in business or jobs at the moment, but it also applies to money. So you can think, I'm really good with money. Money comes to me easily. I always get money, I have money now. And then you could have the thought that you lose it. So with all things, we've got to keep our self-concept consistent with what we want and keep it. Because sometimes it's the keeping of the money that people find difficult. Right? The keeping of the popularity on their YouTube that they find difficult, or they'll be a flash in the pan on TikTok and the next minute no one cares. Have you seen so many people like that who go viral and the next minute no one gives a shit? They have one viral video and they had no sustainability. Because what was their thinking? Oh, I need to go viral with every video. No, you don't. You need loyal consistency, right? A following, not just one viral thing. So what are your thoughts about money or you, right? From childhood, what are your thoughts about you in general in relation to money and what you're going to make and what you're going to achieve? And then what are your thoughts about keeping it or losing it or someone taking it away or competition? They're the things you really need to focus on. And when you've discovered those things, you'll realize why you're not making the money or keeping the money, or why your business isn't a success, or why you're failing at work, or why you're not getting the promotion. Now, I know I have a certain friend in England who used to constantly complain that she wasn't getting becoming a partner as a lawyer, and another girl who used to constantly complain she wasn't being promoted at Google. And I could see both of their self-concepts in why they thought that. And until they changed their self-concept, neither of them was going to make partner or be promoted at Google, because they had this terrible self-concept that no one wanted to promote them. And they had this terrible story. You know what the terrible story was? I'm a woman, therefore. If you have the I'm a woman, therefore story, you've fucked yourself already. You've already fucked yourself. Oh, in the corporate world, because I'm a woman, what? I've never, ever had that story, and I've run teams and teams and teams of men, and never once have I ever had this stupid I'm a woman story. If you carry the I'm a woman story, or it's a patriarchy, or everyone above me is a man, or men always get promoted over me, or it's harder as a woman, you have just fucked yourself before you even started. I am a woman who made $1 million last year. I don't know many men in my life who've done that. How come I did that and they didn't? Are they better than me or something? No. So whatever terrible philosophy you've got also about money and life and society and work, get the fuck rid of that too. Because the amount of people I used to see completely fucking themselves in the ass with this stupid I'm a woman therefore story, it's just like, we are in 2024 and you've still got this stupid story about I'm a woman therefore. What do you mean? And they used to be like, well, Loz, you're not in the corporate world, so blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I literally run my own businesses and teams of people. You don't think that's somehow the business world? I might not work for a corporation, but if I worked for a corporation, I certainly wouldn't have that fucking story. I worked for the goddamn 2020 Olympics. I didn't have that story. I went quite high up there. What are you talking about? Don't have terrible stories about you, about money, about losing money, or about society and norms and a philosophy about money and achievement because of your circumstances or your gender or anything you've got like that, guys. Get the fuck rid of it, because all of them are just beliefs that you hold on to, and those beliefs will be outpictured and then it will be true. So if you've got a constant story that you'll never get promoted because the men get promoted above you at work, that's what will happen. You'll constantly see every man above you getting promoted, and then you'll come back to your dumb friends who all sit around going, oh, it's the patriarchy, and you'll all sit there like dumb bitches. Then you'll have a girl at the table like me sitting there like rolling her eyeballs, making $1 million, thinking, fuck you bitches are dumb. It's all your dumb beliefs, and they all come from your self-concept of feeling like you won't be chosen or you won't be prioritized or you're not enough. It's not coming from the society. You're only seeing through your eyeballs, society doesn't pick me, I won't be chosen, I won't be prioritized because I'm me. Yeah, because you're you and your shitty self-concept. It's got nothing to do with being a fucking woman. Stop blaming being a woman on everything. You're a victim of your own gender. How fucking embarrassing. Don't be that girl, okay, guys? So, in order to manifest what you want money-wise, really assess yourself. Assess if you have those kind of shitty thoughts, what kind of shitty thoughts you have about losing or keeping money, what shitty thoughts you have about actually attaining the money, and what actual experiences you had as a child that might be hindering you, that have stopped you thinking you can make money because your parents didn't make money, etc. And then change all of those. Now, if you need my help, I have a really in-depth course. It's actually only a small course, a mini course called Money Magnet, and it's helped so many people, and it really deep dives into that. And there's also Booming Business, which helps you. So you can buy those two together, and it's in a package called Make It Rain. So if what you're after is business and money success, get those two together and Make It Rain, the Make It Rain bundle. Otherwise, just get the business one, Booming Business, or Money Magnet. All right, guys, I'm going to go down and answer questions. So this live is about money only. Well, we're going to answer questions now, guys. So what questions have you got? I'm just going to roll up and answer them. Hang on. Love John's story. Yes, guys. So when you come to the squad every Friday now, hopefully, we're going to be interviewing a different success story. It might be love success. It might be marriage, engagement, coming back from the brink of disaster like John, money success, business success, health success. We're having a different one every single Friday. You can come and ask them questions afterwards, which is so important. So when you're in the squad live, you can ask them questions. Otherwise, you can watch it back. Otherwise, you might have to wait a week or so for it to be posted on YouTube, okay? Hang on. How to keep it unexpected big bills be gone. Well, stop saying you have unexpected big bills. Can you see what you wrote there? You're saying you have unexpected big bills. So until such time as you stop having the story that you have unexpected big bills, you will keep having unexpected big bills. Guys, what are your beliefs? Oh my God, I don't even want to say it. I never have bills. My bills are always paid. I pay my bills so easily. Have you noticed I didn't even want to say the belief that you just have, because I don't want to have that fucking belief. I don't have big bills. I don't. Right? But you think you do, so you will. About to start a new business, visualizing success. We'll do that, Jasmine, but also figure out why you think you might not be a success and work on that too. Holding on to it once you have it. Well, can you see what the problem is in the sentence? Holding on to it. Got to hold on to it. Please hold on to it. Now, fucking idiot Rhonda Byrne. Bless Rhonda Byrne and The Secret Book. There's some really flawed teachings in that. And one of the really flawed teachings is that she reckons that to make money, she had to go down the street and give out dollar bills to people. And her theory on that was, I'm not holding on to it, I'm giving it away, and the more I give away, the more I get back. Well, that's fucking dumb. All she needed to do was go in her mind and decide that she was given money and she didn't need to give it away to get it back. She just had to get rid of this terrible story that she had to hold on to it. So Rhonda Byrne could have not given all that money away and still made money with The Secret without walking down the street giving dollar bills to people. But the giving dollar bills to people gave her this belief that because I'm giving it away and not holding on to it, I get more back. And all it was a belief. She didn't have to do the 3D action. Right? So if you've read The Secret, you'll understand the story I'm talking about, which is so silly. But if you want to go and do dumb 3D shit like that because you think the actual 3D shit is going to manifest money back, it doesn't. It was just the belief Rhonda Byrne had. It wasn't the giving away of the money. Well, you've got a story. You have to hold on to it once you've got it, and therefore you're literally going to lose it because the story is you have to hold on to it. I used to do that. I was a hoarder of money and a saver, and my story behind it was because I'll lose it. I don't want to spend too much because it will go away, and then guess what would happen anyway? Because I had that stupid fucking mindset. Now I just I can spend my money. I always have more comes to me, and then more comes to me no matter how much I spend. I literally had a conversation yesterday with my team about how can we spend more money because I'm about to have an accountant's meeting and my accountant's going to say, you need to spend more money. I don't have the story. I need to hold on to it. You see the difference? You've got that shitty story, and so you're going to literally hold on to it until there's nothing left in your hand. Trying to get into the state of having endless amounts of money and not focusing on the how. Well, good darling, don't focus on the how. I would love to manifest a trip, all-inclusive, but how to get that money? Well, why are you worried about the how? That person above you understands and you don't. Don't worry about how. Imagine yourself on the trip, all expenses paid. You don't know how that came about. Go to the end. Money is always in and out for me and guilt about how I spend it. Read what you just wrote. It's always in and out, so it always will be. And then you feel guilty about how you spend it. So every time you do get it, then you feel guilt. So go and work on that. Where's that come from? Were you religious or something and someone told you being pious is good or being poor is next to godliness or some fucking bullshit? Or you think people are going to judge you or won't like it if you've got money? Successful business, yes. I listened to your sleep meditations a couple of times this week. I think they've been pretty helpful. Oh, good, darling. My sleep meditations on YouTube, wonderful. That making money is easier than spending, losing money. Is easier. Well, look, my parents used to do that. My parents used to make money and then lose it, make money and then lose it. And we've had that story in my family my whole life, and I've had to get rid of it. Really have to get rid of it. I did. Loz, I'm in love with SP, but he always goes on about blondes, and it's triggering me because you've got a story that you're not enough as you are, so he's just going to pick some random hair colour and choose someone that isn't you and talk about it because of you. So when are you going to change your thinking? Why are you blaming him? That's your thinking, that you're not enough as you are. There's something wrong with you, that you're unchoosable as you are. Work on that. Don't blame him. Don't want to say it, but I need tips, not get triggered when I see my account to pay bills. Guys, if you're getting triggered by it, then you're seeing yourself as a person who can't pay it. See yourself as a person who can pay it with ease. How to keep it. Okay, I did that one. Oh, it's Lisbeth the singer. How to stay in the knowing a payment is taken care of in a deadline. Love you. Elizabeth, darling, honestly, just go to the end of seeing it paid or go to the end of it being paid, right? So imagine ringing a friend, or imagine coming to the Facebook group that you're in and telling us your success story of how you paid it on a deadline and the money just came out of nowhere. You don't know how. Just imagine the success story, or imagine telling a friend. It's all done. Go to the end. Oh my God, it's tonight. I'll be out. Is it saved, right? Yes, it will be in the squad, guys. And then later on YouTube, the Love Success interview with Holly. What do we do that blocks money from coming in? You are doing things that block money from coming in. Your thinking is blocking money from coming in. What are you thinking? I remember your lessons with Holly. That's amazing. Do you? Yeah, her live was one of the most popular lives. I fucking screamed at Holly as well, like weeks later when she came into the Q&A forum. She's like, but this has happened. I was like, Holly, you've wasted my time. Bless her. And she got lots of help in the squad. So you can go back and read all of her. If you look up Holly's name, you can read all of her posts in the squad. Actually, you can't see her questions because unfortunately we had these forums and Facebook took them away. So we were searching for her questions the other day and they were in these bloody forums, these separate subgroups, and Facebook took them away. So all the questions that were in there that people were asking have now gone away, which is super annoying. So you can't see the full journey, but you can see part of it. Join the squad, guys, yes. I've been seeing more engagement while manifesting marriage and it feels so assuring. Oh, good, darling. Can't wait to be interviewed. Yes, Madeline. Is thought transmission instant? Well, it instantly goes from your mind, but I have no idea if it's instant in their mind, guys. It goes to their mind, but they don't instantly act upon it. It has to become their thinking. And if you're listening to anyone who's telling you categorically, oh, yes, it definitely goes into their mind in X amount of time, and then they act upon it in X amount of time, that person's a charlatan, and they're going to rip you off and scam you of all your money because they're giving you absolutes. Don't listen to any fucking coaches giving you absolutes about time. And if you're so desperate to know about the time, question why you're doing that and why you're in such desperate, needy energy, and that is going to manifest. And then you're going to fall for scam artists like that. The amount of guys, girls and guys that come to me and say, I've been scammed by XYZ coach, and it's always the same coaches. And I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? You were dumb enough to have been desperate enough, because I wasn't doing one-to-one coaching, to go to that dumb bitch. Now you're $4,000 out or $1,000 out. Go and take a PayPal thing out on them. And then they realize there's no PayPal thing. And the person is purposely not allowing you to do PayPal so you can't go and claim against them. Think about that, guys. Look at who you're giving your money away to. And a lot of you, out of desperation, are paying for things. So what I need you to understand is you don't need to pay anything to understand this. I have over 2,000 videos on my YouTube. I have over 4,000 or 5,000 videos or something, probably more, on my TikTok. They're all free. I have my Instagram with daily lessons. I have stories popping up every single day, all throughout the day, should give you reminders and accountability. I have my free Facebook group. Everything I offer from the beginning has always been free. Now I have courses, of course, because I have to pay my staff, I have to keep the squad running, etc. But you don't have to pay a cent to understand this. And if you keep forking out money to coaches and mentors and all these people that you think are going to save your life because you're in desperate energy, you really are not understanding this. The only reason you would ever pay money is if you really want to get serious about it, and sitting down and watching video after video of mine, you just want a succinct course where you go, I want to get my money mindset right, I'm going to go do Money Magnet, or I want to get my self-concept right in love, I'm going to do Worthy as Fuck for Love because I don't know which videos to watch and I don't have time and I really want to, I'm getting serious about this. That's when you pay the money, right? When you're really serious, when you're a bit lost, when you've learned everything and it's still not working, that's when you do. But if you guys are falling for any scammy clickbait kind of claims where someone's saying, I am going to manifest money for you, or I can manifest for you, or I'm the coach who manifests back their specific person in 48 hours, go and read the terms and conditions where it says, I can't do that. Go and read the terms and conditions where it says, don't start hate groups against me because I didn't get you what you wanted. Be very careful, guys, who you're giving your money to, and ask yourself, when I'm giving this money away, why am I doing it? Am I doing it out of complete desperation because I'm so desperate to get my specific person back or get the money or whatever? I'm just going to throw money at a problem because I think it's a problem, because I think this person's going to save me. I am my only savior. And I would really assess, guys, what you spend your money on and who you listen to. And ask yourself, when you're throwing money at a problem or giving $4,000 to a coach who has made up success stories, really assess why you're doing that. You're doing it out of desperation, and you're doing it because that person is claiming they're going to give you success. The only person who can give you success, guys, is you. This person in this interview got her own success. I'm not claiming, or anybody else who she learned from is not claiming that we did it for her. She had to do it herself. So if you come and watch Holly, she's going to tell you that she had to go away and learn all the things culminated from me and whoever else she learned from, and she had to do it. Right? Just throwing that out there in terms of also throwing money away, because a lot of you throw money away out of desperation. Okay? Can you manifest money without a job? Of course you can, guys. Someone could give it to you. You could be getting inheritance. You could win the lottery. You could be given a job if you want one. It's like you just read my mind. Oh, good. I just want to be a millionaire and never have to work or have a job. Well, you won't, Hannah, because you just wrote, I want to. You've got to be in the state of. You're in my group and you've written that. I feel sick, need to affirm that my stomach is fine. Well, don't say you are, darling. Say you're perfectly healthy. Go and use my healing sleep tape on YouTube. Will this be up on YouTube? Yes, guys. All my Loz lessons are always on YouTube later. Affirmations for a partner that is loving, committed, but hesitant to move in together yet. Well, you think they're hesitant to move in together, so they won't. You think they're hesitant. You just wrote it. That's your belief. So until you get rid of that shitty belief, they won't move in with you. So imagine you two living together and get rid of whatever story you're holding about them as to why they don't want to live with you. I procrastinate starting anything because of competition and not good enough thinking. Well, then you're fucked, Paige. Guys, I procrastinated my whole life. Now, one thing I know that a lot of people don't know about me, I used to procrastinate so much because I used to do research. And the reason why I've managed to get my business growing so quickly is because I researched what to do on social media for years. I watched every fucking manifestation video, listened to every Spotify playlist of whoever, all the audible books, read every book. I have so much knowledge in my brain as to how to do this. And as soon as I made the decision to do it and decided it would be a success, it worked. But I've had a lot of businesses before this that didn't work. Now, why was that? Because I didn't believe in myself. I was too afraid that it wouldn't work. I kept procrastinating and thinking that I had to have more research, more things. I've even got a YouTube, an old YouTube I did, with me talking to my subconscious mind. And the first video I ever made was how I couldn't start my YouTube and why I wasn't starting it and how I was so afraid of people judging me and so afraid it wasn't going to be perfect. And then I've got my anxious side of my brain saying, but you need to do more research, you need to read more books. It's called, one of them is called, Are You a Procrastinating Perfectionist? It's on my old YouTube channel called Don't Be a Psycho. And I was completely psycho in my mind with not starting. I don't do that anymore. I just decide that everything I'm going to do will be a success. I've completely changed my mindset about starting, about that something might fail or not fail, about money. I just gave myself a lobotomy of the brain in that department. Otherwise, I never would have made what I've made so far. I never would have got to the point after a year and made 13 courses. I wouldn't have even made one because look how long it took me to even get the self-concept course out. I procrastinated for a year and a half. I was the master at procrastination because I thought it wouldn't be good enough because I didn't know where to start, how to start. So I didn't start. Or I'd start and stop and start and stop. When I decided that it would be a success, when I really decided this was my job and it was going to succeed, everything changed. But I had to work on my brain. I had to work on my shitty beliefs I held before that fucked me up with so many other businesses. You understand? So go and watch that video. It's called, Are You a Procrastinating Perfectionist? Okay, I'll link it somewhere. I'll put it on my Instagram. If you guys are following me at Subconscious Law's Instagram, I'll go and link that video if I can find it on YouTube. You can go and watch it, okay? Because it's really what I teach here, but it was like a demonstration of what I teach here about your negative mind and your anxious mind talking to me, the person. Is it wrong to not answer messages? It's because I don't want to settle for little ones. I want paragraphs. Why the fuck do you want paragraphs, Matt? That's about your fucking desperate, needy need for validation and love and time and attention and prioritization. And what the fuck's that got to do with your person? If someone said to me, I'm not going to answer your question, your text, because you're not giving me paragraphs, I'd be like, fuck, go back in a time machine to your childhood and figure out why you're so fucked in the brain about needing so much goddamn attention from me, and then get back to me when you've unfucked yourself. I'm busy. I've sent a sentence. You're reading into it wrong. If I write, hi, babe, love you, what, you're going to not write back because it wasn't a fucking paragraph, Matt? Get a handle on your brain. Someone said that to me. I'd be like, how fucking insecure are you exactly? I'd probably fucking split up with them immediately because they needed fucking serious help. Because it's not a paragraph. Fuck, mate, I don't have time for a paragraph. You're lucky if you even get a text from me. Yes, my self-concept and self-concept in money are so tied together, it hasn't been good. Okay, so fix it, Joy. My SP is my best friend. He knows I want to be with him, but he told me he was straight. I really want to be with him. Guys, look, I know so many fucking people who thought they were straight and now they're gay. Guys, when I was in drama school, we had, what was it? 12 girls or something and 14 guys or something. Out of those 14 guys, 9 of them were having it off with each other and they were all straight. And the only gay one wasn't involved. Don't worry about it, darling. Just imagine him and you together and don't worry about the how or what he's told you. And the poor gay guy in our year was so shook when I told him. He's like, what do you mean 9 of them are all having it off with each other and other people? I'm like, they come and tell me. They haven't told you. Where does copying thing come from that's good enough, trust, or something completely different? I think, for me, I've always had a story that what I create is really good. But I have a story other people will be chosen over me, even though my stuff's good. So we in drama school, I would have a story that I would always be like the secondary character. Like, I remember when we did Romeo and Juliet, and I knew I'd be the nurse. And I was just sitting there waiting, and I was like, they were like, and Lauren, you've got the role of, and I went, the nurse. And he went, how do you know that? I said, oh. And he's like, don't you want that? It's the leading role. I was like, it's this fucking secondary role all the time. Right? And I had this story that I always got the secondary role. Now, by third year, I got rid of that terrible thinking, and I was the lead in everything. And we did this show at the Sydney Opera House, and this guy who we devised a show with basically gave me the show. It was like, you can be throughout the whole show. I was pretty much the show. Well, not I was pretty much the show, but I was through a whole lot of the show. Right? And I must have really changed my mindset from first year to second year, got to third year and thought, you know what, I'm fucking deserving of getting lead roles here. However, when I got out into the real world, guess what happened? Then I had a story that because of the way I looked, I wasn't thin enough, I wasn't pretty enough, blah, 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 wasn't the right look, I wouldn't be chosen. Even though everyone thought in drama school I was the best actor or whatever, I had the story in society, I wouldn't be chosen. So guess what happened there? Right? So it was always my mindset about I won't be chosen. Then with things like businesses, I always knew my business would succeed, but I always had this story that either someone would come and take it from me or someone try and claim, like I've had a lot of people try and claim my business, like say, oh, I started this with Loz. No, you didn't. You were my assistant. What are you fucking talking about? Right? Because I overgive and people please and are very trusting. But I must have a story that people are going to take from me or be chosen over me. So that's where that comes from, I think. All right? So I've really changed that because I don't overgive like that anymore. Right? And I don't think like that anymore about myself. I use prayer as well, but it's just my personal beliefs. Prayer is manifesting, darling. What do you think prayer is? The art of believing. What if you want to visualize faces when you visualize or you can't? Well, then don't. Don't worry about if you can't and just affirm or just think new thoughts or have a new story if you can't visualize faces. That is true, Loz. The only coach I buy from and listen to for years. Oh, thank you, darling. Yes, Loz, I stopped watching other content. Guys, you can watch whatever content you like. I'm just saying don't be scammed, okay? And don't get confused. You're good, you're loved. Yes, that's great. I can't watch other coaches. Guys, you can watch whoever you want, but I'm just saying don't get scammed, okay? You're definitely one of my favorite coaches. Oh, thank you, darling. Yes, listen to Loz. My dad still has his lotto 4 years later. Most people lose it. Yep, Kat's dad won lotto and he still has all the money. I like this guy, but he has a different religion than me and he doesn't agree with mine. Well, then you fuck Dad around because you've got a decision in your mind that because of that religion, he can't be with you. I could decide that I wouldn't care what the religion someone had. It wouldn't affect me, and so it wouldn't affect me. He's perfect besides that. Well, you're fucking it with that stupid thought. Oh, I've got to pay tax. It's going to come illegally. What? Get rid of that stupid story. Even the paying tax story. Like I saw my tax bill yesterday, I almost fucking choked on my own vomit. And when I saw what it was, I was like, what? But then I've got to have a story. Oh, well, I guess when you make money, you got to pay tax, right? But I saw it and went, I almost had a fucking heart attack. Could change that story. I feel like everyone else thinks my business is too expensive. Then it will be, Aishia, because you think it is. Since I found you, Loz, I don't watch any other coaches anymore. Love your authenticity. Oh, thank you, Kim. Oh, I love that story. I like people like men coaches compared to women. That people like men coaches compared to women. Oh, you have that story that people like men coaches compared to women. I have a 80% following from women. What are you talking about? 80, 90%. I have like a 13 to 14% following of men on Instagram and YouTube. What are you talking about? Text SP, I thought he blocked me and he was actually dry, even though other men are reflecting my self-concept because you've got fucking some shitty story about him. Get rid of it. SP broke up with me because we weren't clicking. Is that the cause of not feeling chosen or abandonment? Well, you think they weren't clicking or they had an excuse that we weren't clicking or you've got a thought in your mind that they won't want you the way that you are or something wrong with you or you did something wrong. And you're not attractive enough, which is a story you got about you and the situation. I'm realizing I have limited beliefs that aren't literally money. It's more about me. It's always about you guys. Based on evidence in 3D. Please stop looking at the 3D. You worked for the Olympics. I swear Loz has done everything. I really have. I was the PA for the head of the village. And I saw a lot of Olympics for free. I went to the opening ceremony, rehearsal for free. It was great. And they were told, like, don't tell anybody anything. It was amazing. It was this crowd of, like, I don't know, 50,000 people. And no one told anybody anything. No one shared any photos of anything. That was all kept secret. They kept flashing this thing, keep it a secret, keep it a secret. Even the Queen dropping in, like, on a parachute from a helicopter was kept secret. No one, and we all knew it was going to happen. No one said anything. And it was days before. It was really amazing. They really brainwashed everyone with this flashing thing on the screen saying, keep it a secret. Don't tell anybody what you're seeing. And no one did. I didn't see one single solitary social media thing bursting the bubble of what was going to be in the Olympics. It was amazing. They like brainwash everyone with this flashing on screen. This like, what do you call it? Subliminal flashing on screen. Don't tell anybody. Keep it a secret. What they said, not keep it a secret. There was something they said, and it worked. They used mind games with us on the screen. Loz, did I manifest this illness? Darling, listen, if you've got a story bad things are going to happen to you, anything bad could happen to you, Beth. You've got to get rid of it, darling, and you've got to decide you don't have it anymore. I want you to go right to the end, darling, of you are well and healthy and you don't have it anymore. Stop saying you have it, please. Please stop saying you fucking have it. I don't care what doctors have told you. You need to go right to the end, darling. You need to use my Joseph Murphy healing tape every fucking night. You need to listen to it on low as you're sleeping. You need to listen to my health affirmations every fucking day, and you need to repeat them, Beth, on my YouTube, please. Don't live in the reality where you have an illness. No, you don't. Go and read all the success stories in my group of people who had that illness and they don't anymore. But you haven't changed your thinking yet. And now you're trying to blame yourself and flagellate yourself and think you've done something wrong. Stop that. Love this clarity. Good. Never going to think that again. Good. How do you change your self-concept? Guys, I've got a gazillion fucking videos, okay? But you've got to really get to the core of why you think you're the way you are and then change it. I love being a woman. It's empowering. Guys, I love being a woman too. Yeah, the amount of shit we can do as a woman, you can't do as a man. Fantastic. The self-concept, do we need to investigate beliefs or just affirm and flip negative thoughts? Well, the negative thoughts form the beliefs. And then your beliefs keep you having the negative thoughts now. So yes, you have to uncover the beliefs. Yes, darling, that is your self-concept. Your self-concept is your beliefs about you. So this is live about money only. No, guys, we're answering questions. Can't wait for the extension, the self-concept course extension. Yes, guys. SP talks to me in person is sweet, but then others are around. He's rude. What's reflecting in me? Well, if you've got a story that when others are around, he wants to embarrass you or humiliate you or you get humiliated or he's embarrassed to be seen with you or he's hiding you or something, that's about you. If a person is a narc and hurts a woman, is that her thoughts reflecting? Yes, darling, because you've got a story that you will get hurt, that you're an overgiver and people pleaser, and you're going to manifest into your reality narcs. I've manifested so many narcs into my reality, even into the recent past in the last couple of years still, because I overgive and people please. Look at how I gave away so much free stuff for 2 years. That was overgiving. I was still overgiving, right? So you will end up with narcs in your reality if you're a really good person who overgives or thinks they're not good enough. One of the two. So change that. Loz, it's me. Yesterday I tested positive for C word and just 3 days for my driving test. Say you don't have it, darling. Well, why are you even mentioning it in here? We don't even mention that word in here. See how I didn't say it? It doesn't exist in my reality. I've never had it. I don't intend to have it. I won't have it. I can't have it. In my reality, it doesn't fucking exist. It exists in yours. Say you don't have it. Imagine that test was wrong. I'm an overgiver and it's been a journey changing that. Well, guys, you've got to figure out where that's coming from. You won't love me if I don't give to you. I'm not enough as I am. Where's it coming from? Something. Can I change my entire relationship with SP from my new thinking, becoming treated like a princess? Yes, guys, but you've got to honestly investigate what shitty story you've also held about them. If you've got Back and Begging, my most revolutionary course about changing the story of your specific person, you'll understand if you've got a really shitty story of them, why they're not giving you the princess treatment. Back and Begging, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to go. Please come and join us in the squad for the live Success Live with Holly and her SP that she's manifested and married. Manifesting back from the brink of fucking disaster and married. She had coaching with me. You can also go and watch her coaching session in the squad if you want before the session, before the live session. It's 9 p.m. EST tonight in the squad. Otherwise, you can watch it back on YouTube. But if you join us inside the Subconscious Laws squad, come and join the membership. You could actually ask her questions on the live and her SP. All right, guys. I will see you soon. Bye, guys. And make sure you follow me. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Bye, guys.